totally random video location for today. We have open home, so got kicked out for a while. So I'm gonna have a chat in the car. I'm gonna talk about comparing today. So you've probably heard me say it before, or I have talked about it with you or posted or whatever about comparing. All we're doing is comparing you to you, and it's really easy to say that, but really, really hard to do. So we've all been there, trying to lose weight, trying to gain muscle, trying to get more fit, whatever our fitness and wellness journey is. It is very, very easy to compare to other people. Some people see results really, really quickly and others really slowly. And if you're somebody who sees results more slowly and your body takes a little bit more time to adapt, then it can be really disheartening, and I totally get that. And I've been there myself. I've done 8-week or 10-week challenges before, and in the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, people are seeing huge results. And I plod along and don't see any until week 6 or 7 or 8. I get it. I totally understand how disheartening it is. And that's when we tend to jump from diet to diet, exercise plan to exercise plan, change. Guilty of it too. If I don't see results in 2 weeks, I have changed up to a new meal plan. If I don't see results in 2 weeks, I've changed to something else. I've done shakes, I've done low calories, I've upped the calories. Consistency is key, and I've said it and I will keep saying it, and you'll hear me say it a million times, but consistency is key. It is really disheartening, but we need to stop comparing. Everybody's body is totally different, and the way you're going to react to a new plan is totally different. Everybody's metabolism is different, and I've got a video on metabolism, whether you've watched it now or whether you're about to watch it. It will explain why we're all so different, why we can't all eat the same diet. You can't eat the same diet as your friend and expect to have the exact same results. And when you do those, especially when you do those sort of 8-week challenges, a lot of the time you are put onto the exact same diet, so the exact same calorie plans. So people are going to see really, really different results because they're not super specialized. So I understand, I totally get how frustrating it is, but consistency is key. So you need to stick to it. You need to stick to it for an absolute minimum of 4 to 6 weeks before you make any changes, before we change diet, before we change exercise plans. You have to stick to it. I can up intensity on the exercise plans, no problem, but we need to stick. That food and those exercise plans need to be stuck to. You really need to adhere to them for 4 to 6 weeks before we make any changes. And the way that we track results is comparing you against you. We are comparing your weight changes. I use the scale. I get you guys to use the scale. However, it's photos and it's your girth measurements and the way those clothes are fitting. So I usually ask you to get that one item of clothing, whether it be the pair of jeans or a skirt, something that's not stretchy. How's that fitting? The girth measurements are the huge one, and so are your photos. That's what we're comparing, not you to your best friend or your partner who's doing it with you, not you to anybody else out there on the internet. Nobody. It's just you to you. And that is a really, really hard thing to wrap your head around, and a really, really hard thing to commit to, only comparing to yourself. And it is often something that I need to say to myself, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, whenever I need to, whenever I get disheartened when I see someone lifting bigger than me or losing more weight than me or whatever. It's about me. Especially in the gym as well, I cannot stress enough. Don't want to hear, but she's lifting more than me, but he's lifting more than me. That is not it. I want to know about you. Did you hit a PB this week? What were you lifting versus you last week? That is just as difficult as not comparing your weight loss or muscle gain or whatever else to anybody else. It's really difficult to leave your ego at the door for some of us. I am one of them. I always look at what other people are lifting and then have to tell myself, stop. It's about you. I often get caught up in, I should be lifting more than this for my size, or I should be lifting more than this. I should be. That person's lifting more. Look at that tiny little chick lifting way more than me, or look at that guy lifting more than me. I try to put a stop to that the second it enters my head. And that's turning the gym into a judgmental place too. We're judging against other people, which it really shouldn't be. And especially when I hear and see posts about women saying, oh, when you walk into the gym and the guy, have to put 60 kilos more than the guy before you on leg press, or when you walk in and you're lifting X amount more than the guy next to me. I really hate those comparisons. That guy might be the top of his field in his sport. It might be marathon running, or it might be endurance based that has absolutely nothing to do with strength, and you're making fun of him. Or he has a disability that you can't see. Or it's his first time at the gym lifting weights, and he's entering the gym like a lot of us did for the first time, worried that people are going to judge. And so many people say, no, nobody judges at the gym, nobody cares, we're all too busy, blah, blah, blah. But we do, because making those comments is judging. It's turning it into the place that people get anxiety about going to, because people make judgments because he's a guy and he should be lifting more. I hate it, and I really try to stop myself the second that even enters my mind. And again, it just shows how things aren't equal. You're not lifting against someone equal to you. He may be recovering from anything. He could be rehabbing his fourth shoulder reconstruction. He could have anxiety. He might just not care about lifting big weights. It might not even interest him at all. He's not training for weightlifting. Maybe he is, and maybe he's doing absolutely excellent and smashing his goals, but nothing's equal. You know, you guys aren't on an equal playing field. It's not an equal competition. If you want to do that stuff, let's talk about it, and let's go powerlifting and get onto equal playing fields with people who train the same and eat the same. And it starts turning the gym to that place that we're all worried about it being when we first go, because we worry that people judge, and we say they don't, but we do. We're all guilty of it. We've all been there. And I really, really, really like to remind my clients to stop it. Stop that thought as soon as it enters your head. It's about you versus you. Before I amputated my leg, now it's pretty obvious that the leg kind of smacked you in the face. But before I cut it off, I had, I guess, an invisible disability. I looked like I have my body looked fine. And I could hardly squat the bar. And I know for certain that there were really small girls that would line up next to me to squat next to me and would squat 60 kilos. And I know, you can tell when you're being judged. I know that people would compare to me. I know that there would have been comments made about, this huge chick should have been lifting twice what I can lift, and I lifted twice what she can lift. I know that it happens. And I always just like to remind my clients about comparing on all levels. Let's stop, because we're not all on the same playing field. You're not level playing field with your friend doing the same 8-week challenge as you. You're not on the same playing field lifting. It's all about you.